Clive. Just the man I was hoping to see.
Oh? And why is that?
Remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akashic attack? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an ether flood. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft after all. But we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pens. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could. But where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough room up here on the rock. Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like beggars.
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for safe haven. But there's only so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for our new arrivals. And that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden, of course.
It's no burden.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about that place.
It was a tragedy, what happened. And if any of us could have done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved to be left in ruins.
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left in it yet. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den. Nasty bastards would have sent someone to clear them out, but now we've got a few more guardians of the
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bad.
And I know the men will. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Whit, and I dare say he's got some idea.
Of course.
Back to Eastpool, then.
Not just yet. Let's hear Wade's plan first.
My lord Marquis, is that you? It is you. Then you received my letter. I am Sebastian Rutherford.
Of course.
Yes, my lord.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it...
1,000 apologies, my lord.
It's all right.
I am here at Martha, tasked with learning what I am able, and what I have learned is grim. If the subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made the gears of governance of the realm... Your lord, uncle...
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas...
Alas.
I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times, even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe on the road.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other the old Imperial capital of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. I suppose I'll start in Dalamel and work my way east.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety.
So Wade, it's good to see you well.
And you, Lord Rosfield. And you.
I spoke with... She tells me you have plans to free East...
That's right. Though it was... I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us. And then there are the bearers. Men and women who found the courage to... We need somewhere to settle them. And I can think of...
As can I. Which is why I agreed to help you win it back.
That's very kind of you. I'd be most grateful if, with you beside us, we shall soon...
So?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen, and rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there, a small fort.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bat. You and the Guardians can make sure I'm not taken unaware.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk
The Akashic are the...
Well, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord.
All right.
We shall see you there.
Or face the consequences. That's the end of that, then. Or maybe not. What's that thing doing here? Doesn't matter. It goes to... Yeah. Boy. More surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching. I thought you were keeping an eye out for Akashic.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road.
Let's hope it was the last of it.
I would hope so.
Your men will be bringing the bearers. It might be best to send...
Of course. Leave it with me, my...
Home. No. We're the masters now.
That's all of them. And not us. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy. Especially the masonry might still be sturdy enough. It'll take a bit of elbow grease.
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more, you have only to send a Stolas.
And we will, my lord. Safe travels.
Eastpool lives again.
Let's go and tell Martha the good news.
There you are. All went well then. Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bandits while his lot kept an eye out. Nicely done. And what's all this about some shape-shifting nightmare showing up? On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares.
I suppose it will be.
What else? Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place. But that don't undo the good that happened there. No need to throw the baby out.
Did Wade say that?
Well, something along. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool. So the way I see it, not if it's food or lumber or strong backs they need, the rest.
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you.
I wanted to. It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here has seen something. It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentleman of the town guard was dragging a bunch.
Fuck! How the hell did they find it? No one knew where I was keeping that kill.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumours about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay up. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage, and the more war being waged. And who will they all turn to keep? Why, the good Reaper.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, you'll find her right here plying her trade.
Here in Delamil. Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers. Feeling bold, traveler? Now, if that's all, I have places.
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the...
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks.
Good question.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but...
You too, Goots.
Good day, my lord. An excellent choice. My thanks. Here you are. Go with Gilbert.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can...
I already... Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master. If you...
Or you can...
Oh, you're... He hasn't had many...
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican Army since...
You've seen this kind of thing before?
Many times. I was sent...
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself again. I arrived in Dunamil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain, his men confiscated my effects.
The captain is no more.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe...
What of the Fist's central command? Surely they wouldn't allow such...
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should
I'll find a caravan heading... You won't mind if I borrow...
Not at all. Now, to find this sect, if he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start.
You fought very bravely. The safety of the town is in our hands.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
Leave now, and we can pretend this didn't happen.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one. You weren't even so...
What were you going to do?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get... I was only supposed to point the lamp at... Then you'd... Well... Go...
You're not worth the effort. No.
Fucking coward!
I need to find Goods.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty painted lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crime.
Goose.
He's gonna kill... He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime. Goods, was it? Only with your... Run along now.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't... Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll...
Goods, no.
Enough, all of you!
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalimil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shitter ran afoul, though it was just Bogan. But I thought the years might have taught you some sense. But I see you the same. What was it we called you? Wet leg.
You. Everything that happened. It was all your fault. And now you'll finally pay...
Gooch, you...
If you want to pick, you'll have to go...
You great... Out of the way, I can handle... So, wet legs. You remember what you told me when we... An eye for an eye? Wise words, and now it's time to... Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It isn't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you did. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, man. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goose. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But...
Well, if he does, let's we take the other eye, then we work our way down. But something tells me the wet... Right. Let's get you back to the...
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
If we're going to do this, we'll need...
Clive, your timing is impeccable. It just so happens that right at this very moment, we're in need of someone with your talents. Why, your fearlessness, and your skill with the...
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept, Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital's bearers have lost their masters, or taken the opportunity to flee them. None remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the protection of the fist before they get far. But the army too is in disarray.
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masters...
Precisely.
So where does my skill with the blade come in?
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, so we've been searching for a place, and we believe we have found one. Cash. The place was abandoned a long time ago, but when the...
And so...
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making a...
Of course.
Sounds like you'll have your...
I will. We have an entire... Even if I... So I'd better get... Try to clear the place out.
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chad.
All right.
I'm sure you...
Let's go.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Have care. Straight home now.
Faster!
This must have been a nice place once.
It will be again.
I think that's the last of them.
I think you're right. Let's head back to Boklat. Something the matter, Theodore? Quiet.
Those are our terms. I trust that you will give them your full consideration.
I shall. Thank you.
again.
Someone you know?
Yes, but enough about him.
It's done.
You made quick work of it.
I should go and let Eloise...
Don't let me keep... but Clive, don't tell her. She'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once you...
All right. Eloise, I just got back from Cashlock.
Thank you, Clive. Here. Well then, now that you have laid the groundwork for our little project, I suppose we'd better finish the job. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer for the bearers is accepted.
You're still in negotiations?
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf. I suppose it's to be expected. This is the... But we shall emerge victorious.
Well...
I'm not sure I do. But thank you, all the...
You wanted to talk?
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking to he represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's one of...
I don't think I've heard of them.
Well, every trader in Dhalmekia has. They operate, and they're still expanding. They've been trying to get Eloise to join their ranks for some time, and judging by her reaction earlier, I'd say she...
And you'd rather she didn't?
I would rather she did what makes her happy. And I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me, but this was not the life my sister wanted, nor the one she deserves. I won't let her give up on her dreams again for my sake. She freed me from my... and she must be freed from hers in turn.
You're a good man, Theo.
I have always been grateful for what my sister... and I want to repay the favor. But each time an opportunity to do just that arises...
She loves you.
And I love her. Which is why I want this time, though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to time. I trust that I can count on you.
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, I had better get back to work. These bearers aren't going to move themselves. That's a job for the Crimson Caravans.
There's a lot of road between here and the camp. Little. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me of my belongings.
I'm not. I'm looking for someone who was sent here by a man.
And then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant
of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been... Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road here.
Bandits?
They looked more like field hands. It didn't matter.
Which way did they go?
South.
All right. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind.
Thank you.
Ready, go?
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Los Togos!
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, which is more than can be said for...
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even the market stalls are nearly bare. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant...
Rockford, if you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the
I shall return to Northreach, but allow me to thank you first.
Don't thank me. Thank Brother.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bastolus as soon as I'm able.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece. I see you're still here.
The rest's location affords a constant flow. Speaking of which, I received word...
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem...
I am afraid that Storm is in crisis. And if we are to free... And we must work together.
As it is mine.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Back again? Allow me to educate you. One must understand one's place in the world. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Were it not for the Undying's aid, I would be long dead. Grant them your trust, and they will repay you with their loyalty.
It seems the hideaway's lost its... So?
I did, and he was as helpful.
And what precisely will I be cooking up?
Blueback white.
Ah, now then, let's hope these grand old... And here we have it. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption.
And rightly so.
So, not fit for consumption.
What? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is a tour de force. A force of nature, even.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right.
Decent. It's remarkable. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure...
I'll give it some thought.
Nothing like a dish of cold.
I didn't mean. I just thought I had to pretend.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if you've always been me right hand, and I'd have you stay that way. So don't you?
Oh, well, I will. If you ever need.
Why, you fine. Play.
Thanks, Nan.
There's nothing he would...
That's as maybe. He'll need to start looking out for it. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back. Just like you.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. Let me tell you.
All right.
Them rumours wet legs were spreading. Might be they weren't just tale. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made me... Well, then one day, said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals.
Was that the first time you met?
Aye. And he was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making, and all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Told me about his plan to topple the Mother Crystal. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the rich. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest, damn. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say that I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up, or you'll have me to answer to. Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. Let's stock up that great lump. No. Coin purse weighing you down? It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
So what do I owe the honor? Well, something for you, dear.
Anything else?